What up, guys? Gangstapranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for October 13th and the 20th. Welcome back to the show. If you're new to the show, this is where we talk everything about professional wrestling, from news, reviews to predictions. We talk about it all. So if you're a fan of professional wrestling, welcome to the show. I know it's been a while. It's been it's been way too long. That's how long it's been. I've been slacking on my wrestling. I apologize. I always say I'm not going to let it happen, but it always ends up happening, so I'm just not going to say it anymore. So I apologize for that. So on this show, this will be the past 2 weeks. This won't be for what happened last week. It'll be for the 2 previous weeks before that. The review for last week's show will be coming hopefully Wednesday. So very soon. So let's quickly go through everything that happened. We're gonna have reviews for 2 Raw, 2 Smackdown, NXT, Impact, Ring of Honor, reviews for Bound for Glory. I was so pissed. I wanted to give my predictions, but I didn't end up being able to do that. But I kind of did my predictions when I did the How to Book Bound for Glory. So that was a mixture of matches I would have liked to see and who I'd like to win. So. Just take that as my predictions. So I apologize for not doing regular predictions. So first, let's start with Raw from like 2 weeks ago. I'm just gonna talk about shit that mattered. We had Vince come out. He made a return. Him and Punk, they had a good back and forth. And it ends with Punk slapping Vince and Vince challenging Punk to a match. This was the Raw that Punk beat up that fan. So, we'll talk about that at the end. So, anything else worth talking about? Oh, Sheamus and Wade Barrett, they've been having a good series of matches. They had 2 matches on Raw and then 1 on Smackdown. Both have been pretty good to good. So yeah, I've been enjoying those matches. Antonio Cesaro, he's been pretty good as well. I've been liking him as U.S. champion as of late. Just having some good matches with people like Ted DiBiase, Justin Gabriel, Tyson Kidd. I like that they're putting him in the ring with like these low card guys, because like those are the guys that can go. They can have good matches with Antonio Cesaro, and I would like to see longer matches with them, but it's whatever. What else do we got? Team Hell No continuing to be fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, still probably the best thing in WWE. Like, they've been having awesome matches, and like every segment they're in is just hilarious. So big ups to Team Hell No. I enjoy everything that they do. They had Larry King on Raw. That was pretty terrible. It was all to set up a Miz versus Kofi Kingston match down the line, and eventually they had it, and we'll talk about that. Oh, someone asked if I'm gonna be reviewing main events. I said no, because like there's nothing that really happens. It's just like matches, so it's like it's whatever. There's no storylines that go into it, I believe. I haven't watched it yet, so I could be just not knowing what's going on. So yeah, but I know they had a match on main events, and Kofi won the IC title. So that's it for Raw, except for the main event, CM Punk vs. Vince McMahon. It was pretty good. No one won after Ryback comes out and Punk bails through the crowd, where the fan incident happened, which I will touch on in the wrestling news section. So stay till the end to hear more about that. And Vince McMahon says that Punk has to face Ryback or Cena. So we'll talk about that more on the next Raw. Anything on NXT? Seth Rollins versus Michael McGillicuddy for the NXT title. Good match. Rollins wins. I believe this was the NXT that Punk came. And I just recently found out that they're not going to show the match. CM Punk and Seth Rollins versus Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. I can't remember the WWE names right now. I'm burping, motherfucker. I had some 7-Up before this. And that just, I don't know, it makes me burp a lot, so I apologize. So yeah, I just learned they're not gonna have that match on TV. I was so devastated. I'm like, oh, come on, you fuck! I've been waiting for this for like a month and a half. But it's whatever. So yeah, Punk was there. They kind of teased a potential feud, which would be really fucking cool. because like they're kind of similar. Like they both came up through Ring of Honor and stuff. Both made a name for themselves on the indie. Finally made it to WWE, and you know, think of Seth Rollins as like CM Punk, but on ECW. You remember that? Like, he's having good matches with everybody. He won the ECW title, and then he just blew up from there. So hopefully Seth Rollins has that same impact as CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to wait and see. Next is the impact that happened before Bound for Glory. Is there anything worth talking about? Oh, something that I wanted to touch on if I ever did predictions was the whole last match I got added to Bound for Glory. Zema Ion versus RVD. So Zema comes out, says he doesn't have a match at Bound for Glory. RVD comes out, says he doesn't have a match at Bound for Glory. He kicks Zema Ion and says that they'll face at Bound for Glory. What? Really? The only reason I really dislike this is because it's so last minute. They should have been building up to this the fucking 3-4 weeks that they had to build to the pay-per-view. You know, that's what Impact's for, to build to the pay-per-view. Set up the matches, set up the feuds. I hate TNA. They fucking always do this last minute bullshit. And this is just another case. We'll talk about their match in a second. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad match. I just hate the way it was set up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really look at it, Doug Williams versus Zema Ion would have made more sense. Because the week before, Zema Ion took out Doug Williams, and in that it was an X Division title match. Zema Ion won by DQ, so it could be like, you know, Williams could have been like, I didn't lose the match. You got yourself DQ'd because you're scared of me. And then they could have built something to that. That would have made sense. This is just like, you don't have a match? I don't have a match. Let's fight. Like, I like there to be a story. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So, nothing else happened on Impact except, Aries kind of turning heel on Hardy. Not kinda, he did. He fucking did. He attacked him. And, yeah, I actually prefer this because I really like Aries as a heel. And, TNA doesn't really have that main event heel. So I'm fine with Aries turning heel. Anything on Smackdown? To be honest, not really. Smackdown, I remember someone left it on the weekly, or not the weekly, the universe mode. He's like, Smackdown's been boring as of late. And I'm like, I can't really comment. I haven't watched it. Smackdown's been boring as fuck. The 2 weeks that I'm going to review, boring as shit. There's only been like 1 or 2 eventful things. Other than that, I was just, alright, cool. You know, I had some good matches, but overall, the show just got like a fucking down feeling to it. Like, I don't really care about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's really boring. I don't know why, but yeah, it just feels like that. So is there anything worth talking about? Big Show and Sheamus had to see whose finisher is stronger. Big Show ended up having the stronger finish. He punched some ball thing. Tenzai attacked Sheamus. Pretty good match. Sheamus won. In the main event, Daniel Bryan versus Alberto Del Rio. Pretty good match. Del Rio wins after the match. Orton attacks Del Rio. Anything on Ring of Honor? Adam Cole and Tadarius Thomas. They had a pretty good match. I enjoyed watching that. And the main event was Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs taking on Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander for the tag team titles. Pretty good match. Coleman and Alexander won. I didn't get a chance to watch Glory by Honor. This is the second pay-per-view of Ring of Honor that I missed, so I'm kind of fucking... I want to catch up. I really do, because they have some awesome matches on their pay-per-view, so I'll just... I don't know if I'll add to the weekly wrestling review, but I gotta catch up on my Ring of Honor shit, because I'd be slacking. So next is Bound for Glory. Overall, Bound for Glory was a good show. I enjoyed it. There were some good matches. We're going to talk about it. You know, there's some huge news for the Aces and Eights. And, yeah, so let's quickly go through it. RVD versus Zema Ion. First match, RVD versus Zema Ion for the X Division title. Pretty good match. RVD wins and is the new X Division champion. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty fucking clear TNA has nothing for RVD. So they're just like, the X Division's pretty slacking, so let's just throw Van Dam in there. I mean, I'm hoping he's going to have some good matches, like with maybe Kenny King, Sanjay Dutt, Zema Ion, Doug Williams. Who else is in the X Division? I don't know. So yeah, other than that, it just seems kind of weird. I wouldn't be surprised if they made RVD hold it all the way till Destination X, and then they do that thing where you can cash in your X Division title for a world title shot. I can see that happening with RVD. But we'll just have to wait and see. Next is Samoa Joe and Magnus for the TV title. Pretty good match. Samoa Joe ended up taking that victory and retaining his title. James Storm versus Robert Roode street fight match. Good match. Storm wins. This was a bloody fight. I'm glad King Mo didn't get as involved as I thought he was. I thought he was just gonna fucking, like, he would knock out Roode, Storm would pin Roode, and then that would set up like a Robert Roode King Mo match. Thank God they didn't go down that. I don't want to see King Mo. I really, really don't. I don't know how people can be excited for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just jumping the gun. I haven't really seen him do anything, so, like I said this before. I said it a million times. I'm not a fan of fighters, you know, coming to do wrestling. So, that's just my opinion, though. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I'm not holding my breath. And I'll be there. If it fucking sucks, I will say it sucks, and then I'll be like, I fucking told you that it was gonna suck. Just be prepared for that, for all you King Mo lovers. Next match, Joey Ryan versus Al Snow. This was okay. This was probably like the worst thing on the pay-per-view. And, it was whatever. Joey wins. Joey Ryan wins. He's now part of the TNA roster. After Matt Morgan returns and takes out Al Snow. So we're going to see a potential... I like this tag team dynamic. Well, not... It's more of like a baby... Like a fucking chicken shit heel with a big monster bodyguard. So I think this would be perfect. I think it's going to be really good. I'm excited to see what they do together. I don't know if they're going to be a tag team or Morgan's just going to watch out for Joey Ryan. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think this could be a good pairing. And I don't know if they're going to continue their feud with Al Snow. Hopefully not. They move on to something, you know, more meaningful. So next is AJ Styles and Kurt Angle versus Chavo and Hernandez versus Christopher Daniels and Kazarian in a three-way for the tag team titles. Really good match. Chavo and Hernandez won and are the new tag team champions. Yeah, this is actually my prediction. I was thinking it's either Chavo and Hernandez or Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian, the past few weeks, they've been really, really good. Their segments, I didn't talk about it, but they had a segment with Bully Ray and Sting, and just like, they had a pretty good match. And, I would like to see more Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. I like them both a lot. I really like Christopher Daniels. I think he's a solid wrestler. And I really like Kazarian. They're two guys that, like, they get overlooked. Like, if TNA used these guys in, like, 2006, 2007, like, fuck. Like, these are when these guys, like, fucking TNA, they never capitalize when someone's hot. Like, Kazarian, when he what was it? I think he beat Christian in a ladder match, and then he had an awesome match with Kurt Angle. And like, they never did anything with him, and it's just like, he had a match with Kurt Angle, it was great, do something with him. Either make it a feud, do something with him, and they just didn't do dick nothing, and it was so like, oh, like, he's such a good wrestler, and he's entertaining to watch. And same thing for Christopher Daniels. I just think they're really good wrestlers, and they've been shitted on by TNA for a while. So good to see them finally do something, especially together, because they're actually friends in real life. So that's cool to see. So They're probably gonna have a rematch at the next pay-per-view. Next is Tara versus Brooke Tessmacher Knockouts title match. This was okay. Tara won and is the new Knockouts champion. After the match, Tara introduces her Hollywood boyfriend, Jesse from Big Brother. The one thing I really found it funny and / annoying was like Mike, TNA, and Taz. They were like, "Holy shit, that's the guy from Big Brother! Oh my god!" And then I'm just sitting there like, am I supposed to know who the fuck this guy is? Because I don't. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He just looks like some fucking huge muscle guy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, they act like I'm supposed to, like he's the biggest thing in the world. Like he's fucking Jesus. And I'm supposed to know who the fuck this guy is. No idea. No fucking idea. So yeah, he's her boyfriend. I don't know why they're just calling him Jesse, because they got a couple They got Jesse Sorensen. Do they have another Jesse? I think there was a second Hold on, I need to check this real quick. Hold on, bear with me. TNAWrestling.com. Yeah. Roster. I swear there's 2 Jessies. No, there's only 1 Jesse. Then who am I thinking of? Oh, fuck, that Mohawk guy. Jesse Neal. I'm thinking of Jesse Neal, but he's not with TNA anymore. I don't know why I was thinking about him. Whatever. So yeah, they're just gonna call him Jesse. I like my wrestlers with 2 names, but whatever. So he came out and they kissed, and it looked awkward as shit. It really did. It's kind of creepy almost. Like every time they kiss and they touch, and it's like, she's old as fuck, he's young as fuck. It's just creepy, man. It's like if Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler started kissing. Yeah, started kissing and touching and fuck. Not fuck. I mean kissing, touching, and shit. Like, this is, oh god, I don't even want to think about it. Moving on. Next we have probably the biggest thing that came out. Well, second biggest thing was Aces and Eights versus Sting and Bully Ray in a no DQ match. This was pretty good. Aces and Eights win. After the match, Hogan comes out and unmasks one of them. It turns out to be Devon. It was shocking, but at the same time, a huge disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Like, did anyone else feel like that? Like, oh my god, it's Devon. That's it, you know, it's Devon, that's it. So I thought I was really let down by this. I was just like, okay, like, you know, whatever. I just didn't care. I was expecting Jeff Jarrett, and they swerved it, and it wasn't a good swerve at all. And I thought it was a big letdown, to be honest. So, yeah, Devon's part of the Aces and Eights. He's not the leader, he's just a member, so we still have yet to see anybody that's actually part of the Aces and Eights besides Devon. But other than that, it's whatever, I guess. You know, I don't know. It's really disappointing, that's all I can say. And the main event, Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries for the TNA World Title. Really good match. Jeff Hardy wins and is the new TNA World Champion. I think it was expected by everyone. Did anyone think Aries was gonna win? Cause like, it's Jeff Hardy, and if you like, he's just, I don't know. He's just like the go-to guy. He's the John Cena of TNA. If they need something, you know, they can try something out. You know, they try something out with, who they try something? They try something out with Austin Aries. And if Austin Aries, like, fucks up and anyhow, they're like, or the ratings go down or whatever, they can just be like, alright, let's give it to Hardy. You know, he's the money man. And, yeah. I hate to say it, but, like, I never thought Aries was gonna win. I like Aries a lot, but it's Jeff Hardy, man. Overall, I do recommend checking out Bound for Glory. It was a good show. So yeah, check that out. Alright, next we got Raw. Let's try and stick to the important shit. Nothing too important. I guess this is kind of important. Paul Heyman and CM Punk come out to reveal who Punk's going to face at Hell in a Cell. But the fans start booing. So he says he'll wait till later. Then Vince says he's going to pick. Miz comes out for some more Miz TV. His guest was Kofi Kingston. They go back and forth until Kofi attacks Miz. This sets up a match for later on in Raw, where Miz got fucking nailed in the mouth. Oh my god, I felt so bad for him. He got fucked up. Like, you can hear it. Go back and watch this match. You can hear it. The thud, like, BAM! And oh god, they had to check him if he had a concussion. Holy shit, I don't know how he didn't, but he didn't get a concussion, which is crazy. But oh my god, I felt so bad. Wow. Yeah, so that was that. Sheamus versus Wade Barrett, again another good match by them. It ended up in DQ though, so it's whatever. What else? Oh, and the last but not least, Vince McMahon comes out and brings out Punk and Ryback and Cena. Cena says Punk needs to get his ass kicked, so he'll be taking on Ryback. After they sign the contract, Ryback hits his finisher on Punk. Anything on NXT? Oh, yeah, okay. So Trent Beretta versus Jake Carter. They set this up on the last NXT, where Jake Carter was like hitting on a girl and like Trent Beretta came in. That was so bad. Oh my god, I can't believe how bad that was. Like, think of the worst B movie you ever saw, and the acting is just fucking terrible. This was worse. This was terrible. I'm not talking about the match. I'm talking about the segment that led to the match, where Carter's hitting on a fucking chick, and then she walks through, and then Trent Beretta, I don't know how, he fucking has psychic powers. He's like, oh, did you strike out? Maybe he asked her for gum, and she didn't have any. Maybe he asked her for the time. She didn't have a watch. No. He knew he striked out. And then Jake Carter's like, yeah, you want to do something about it? And they have a match. It was a pretty good match, but just the segment was fucking terrible. And the main event to that show was Richie Steamboat and the Usos versus Cassius Ono and the Ascension. Good match. Ono and the Ascension win. Next we got Impact. It starts out with Devon and some Aces and Eights. They talk about TNA and Bully Ray. Sting and a bunch of guys come out. A brawl breaks out, and Hogan comes out and says Devon will face Sting. Next we got Samoa Joe and Robbie E for the TV title. Okay match. Joe wins. Potential feud here, and I think it's dumb if they don't capitalize on this. So they had ODB and Tara. They have ODB and Tara, and Tara's with her boyfriend. And before the match, ODB was like on the phone yelling at Eric Young how he's not there and shit. TNA, you need to fucking do this feud. I think it would be good. And for a guy like Jesse from Big Brother, I guess that's his name, Jesse from Big Brother. That might be his whole name. Jesse, and okay, so you get these matches. Let's build a feud. You have ODB and Eric Young, the power couple in TNA. They're Knockouts Tag Team Champions. They're married, whatever. And you got Tara and Jesse from Big Brother, and they're the new kids on the block, but they think they're hot shit. You get a feud out of this. You get some matches. You get mixed tag team matches. You get ODB taking on Tara for the TNA Knockouts title. You got Eric Young versus Jesse. Jesse, I don't know his wrestling skill, but I don't know how long he's been training, so I can't really comment on that. But who better to put him in there with than Eric Young? He's a seasoned vet. He knows how to wrestle. He knows how to get the crowd on his side. And I think that'd just be like the perfect person to put Jesse from Big Brother with. It'd be a great teacher. I think he could learn a lot from Eric Young. So I think they should do that feud, but it seems they're gonna keep going with Tara and Brooke Tessmacher. I don't know why I couldn't remember her name. What else? Next we got Kid Cash and Gunner with Chavo and Hernandez. Pretty good match. Chavo and Hernandez win. Next we got Jeff Hardy comes out and is interrupted by Austin Aries. Real quick, why does Jeff Hardy get his own title? It looks ugly as fuck. It's almost as ugly as the spinner title. I think it's uglier. I mean, the spinner title is pretty fucking ugly. But you look at that Jeff Hardy belt and it's like, did you paint it yourself or something? Like, that looks like complete shit. Just keep the regular TNA World title. Come on. Anyways, Austin Aries come out. They go back and forth until Aries spits on Hardy's belts. Bravo for Aries. Let me give him a little clap. Alright, fantastic. And Hardy attacks him. What else do we got? Oh, James Storm and Robert Roode. They come out. I think this feud's going to continue. I don't know why, though. They have a beautiful blow-off for the feud. I was going to say blowout. I don't know why. They feud for a year. And they have an awesome match to end it. You know, they have that awesome street fight match. It's like, why are you going to continue that? I know there should always be bad blood there. And but I don't think you should continue the feud. No, let them go their separate ways. Come on. Bound for Glory should be the blow-off show. That should be the show where all the storylines going in, coming out, they're all done. All done. That's what Bound for Glory, or the Impact after Bound for Glory is for. It's for new feuds. And they don't do that anymore. I don't know why. It just seems like, okay, they're going to have their match at Bound for Glory, and then they're going to have a rematch at the next pay-per-view. It's just like, why? You're supposed to start fresh after the thing. Whatever. That's just me. Storm ends up super kicking Robert Roode. And in the main event, we got Sting and Devon. Pretty good match. Sting wins by DQ after Aces and Eights attack Sting. TNA guys come out and they brawl with the Aces and Eights. So next is SmackDown. It starts out with Miz comes out for Miz TV. His guests are Team Hell No. Big Show comes out. Dolph Ziggler comes out. Booker T comes out. I don't even know what anyone was talking about. It just seemed like they were coming out so quick. I couldn't keep up with it. I don't know what they were talking about. I know Big Show and Daniel, he wanted to face Daniel Bryan. Dolph Ziggler came out because, I don't know. And then Booker T came out to make matches. And he made Team Hell No versus Big Show and Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton versus Miz. So that was the first match, Miz and Orton. Pretty good match. Orton wins. Next we got Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow versus Justin Gabriel and Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. Pretty good match. Sandow and Rhodes win. I wish this went a little bit longer, at least like 7-8 minutes. This was like 2 or 3 minute match. I thought they could add a good tag team match, but whatever. Next we got Team Hell No versus Dolph Ziggler and Big Show. Good match. Team Hell No wins. Next we got Antonio Cesaro versus Ted DiBiase. Pretty good match. Cesaro wins. Next we got Heath Slater and Brodus Clay. Okay match. Slater wins. The three-man band. Let's touch on the three-man band for a second. I think they're pretty good. They attacked. I don't remember. I think they attacked Zack Ryder on Raw. And I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole. But I'm just gonna say it anyways. It looked funny when Jinder Mahal, you know, he's got his jeans, he's got his shirt on, he's got a leather jacket, and then he's got the little thing on his head. I don't know what it's called, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, because I don't want to offend anybody. It just looked funny. I don't know if that's bad or good. It just looked funny to me. And then on the SmackDown, they were wearing the gayest things I think they could have wore, like these black leather pants. It's like, who the fuck wears that? I know you're supposed to be like some band, and I know bands wear some gay shit, like some leather-ass pants like they were wearing, but Drew McIntyre looked like he just got out of a gay strip club. Like, holy shit, you got a bandana in his hair, gay as shit, and those pants. Those fucking pants. So gay. Whatever. I'm not judging, though. So, yeah. Next, we got Layla versus Natalya. Okay match. Layla wins. And in the main event, we have Sheamus and Wade Barrett in a lumberjack match. Good match. Sheamus wins. After the match, Ziggler tries to cash in his money in the bank, but Big Show knocks him the fuck out. Next, we got Ring of Honor. First match, Mike Bennett versus Davey Richards. Good match. Davey wins. Next, we got Tommaso Ciampa and R.D. Evans come out. RD Evans says that since Ciampa is injured, he is going to drop him. And he brings out his new client, QT Marshall. And they come out and they attack Ciampa. Marshall has a match against Jay Lethal. Pretty good match. Lethal wins. And in the main event, Rhett Titus versus Kevin Steen. Pretty good match. Steen wins. So that was a pretty good Ring of Honor. If you want to know how to watch Ring of Honor, what you got to do is you got to go to ROHWrestling.com. Sign up for an account. It's free. And you can watch Ring of Honor every Thursday. So it's a good hour of wrestling. I recommend it. Next, we got some wrestling news. So we only got two things to talk about. First is CM Punk. CM Punk attacking those fans on Raw the 2 weeks ago or whatever. So if you watch the video, you got this asshole, and this asshole pushes him. And if there's enough videos on YouTube, you don't touch a wrestler or you're gonna get fucking hit. It's like an unwritten rule. You know, it's okay to like slap him on the back or whatever. Not hard though, just like, you know, patting him on the back. Not slapping him, not hitting him. Just a pat, like, oh my god, I just touched my favorite wrestler or some shit. That's fine. But to physically touch them like Punk, like they were doing to Punk, I would have fucking punched him in the face. I would have fought the whole fucking crowd. And second thing, security. Where the fuck was security? Security should always be in the crowds with a star. Whether it's fucking like some rock star like jumping into the crowd or whatever, crowd surfing. There should always be security. Always. And they just weren't doing their job. And so the kid pushed him. Now he looked like he was under 18. So you can't hit a kid under 18 without anyone watching. And there was like 20,000 people, so he's definitely not going to hit the kid. But so the kid pushes him, and he's like, you know, don't touch me. And I think the kid pushes him again, and Punk just shoves him. He's like, don't fucking touch me. Or there's 2 or 3 pushes, and then the kid just fucking shoved him, and Punk almost fell over. And that's when I thought he was going to attack him, but Punk kept his cool. I'm surprised though. But like he said that someone punched him in the back or something, or the kidney, and then he just laid this guy out. He didn't lay him out, but he definitely punched him in the face. So you know, I think he took it out on the wrong guy. I don't know. I didn't get a good enough camera angle to see what that guy did. But you know, Punk was angry. That guy was in his crosshairs, so he got knocked the fuck out. So overall, it's just like, don't put your fucking hands on a goddamn wrestler. They will beat the shit out of you. That person, remember a couple months ago, Kevin Steen at that pay-per-view? I think a fan was talking shit. He was drunk, talking shit, and then I think he swung on Steen, and Steen just nailed him. He fucking drilled him. And it's funny as shit to see these things. So yeah, just don't put your hands on a wrestler. Simple as that. So yeah, I think Punk had every right to fucking knock someone out. I don't know if that guy specifically, but, you know, he was fired up. And you can see it on Vince's face. He was like, oh, fuck. And he was announcing it because he was like, yo, no, Punk, you're going to face this person at Hell in a Cell. And during that, that's when that happened. And you could see Vince, like, freeze for a second, like, okay, and you're gonna face either Ryback or Cena. I was just like, oh, even Vince was flustered. I can't imagine how angry he was after that. But you could see it in his face. He was kind of like, so that was funny. I recommend going back and checking it out. And last but not least, former TNA knockout Velvet Sky is currently in negotiating a return to TNA. And according to the latest reports, she has either already signed a new deal or is in the process of signing one. Many people within TNA expect the former TNA knockout to return to the company in the near future. I think that's some good-ass news. I think TNA is lacking in their women's division. They're lacking in a lot of divisions. But their women's division, I don't know, it's kind of stale right now. And I think Velvet Sky will add that breath of fresh air that the Knockouts division needs, hopefully. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm pretty excited about that because I like Velvet Sky a lot. I think she's sexy as shit, and I think she's a pretty good wrestler. So I wouldn't mind seeing her back on TNA. So I'm happy about that. I don't know if she has confirmed to sign a new deal or whatever, but this was like reported like 2 weeks ago, so it might not even be true. So I might just be making a fool of myself. But I would like to see her return because the Knockouts division sucks, X division sucks, tag team division sucks. Knockouts tag team division, non-extinct, or it is extinct, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it sucks. So yeah, that's that. Good to see her back if she ever comes back. So, yeah. So that's it for the weekly wrestling review, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Come back hopefully tomorrow where we cover everything that happened last week. I'll give my Hell in a Cell prediction because I didn't watch it yet. Please try not to spoil it for me. I know I always say that, like, hey, like I didn't watch Bound for Glory. I'm like, please don't spoil Bound for Glory. Oh, Devon's and Aces and Eights. You know, this was like, you motherfucker. So please try and avoid spoiling Bound for Glory, or not, Hell in a Cell. Pretty please. I'm asking very nicely. Motherfucker, you better not spoil it. So please don't spoil it. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you guys are excited for WWE 13. If you missed WWE 12, my Universe mode, it just came to an end. We just wrapped up WrestleMania. I thought it was a pretty good show. So if you missed it, definitely go check it out. And WWE 13, I am super excited for it, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and have videos out as soon as possible. And that's about it, guys. So I want to thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's it, guys. Peace out.
Well, I don't know if the head was intentionally focused on, but the superstar wins.